Going on, Scorpio. So a lot of you have been very generous. Let's get into it. You have the Wheel of Fortune, the Three of Wands, the King of Wands. The Wheel of Fortune, the Three of Wands, right, is about you, you Scorpios, very much so trying to do the right thing by other people, right? When you get yourself into a romantic situation, just whenever it is that you think you care about somebody, right? You actually do try to do right by them if your heart is in the correct place, okay? And because of that, that unfortunately goes misunderstood, right? Or underappreciated. And the reason why I'm saying that is because of the King of Wands. You feel like you have to actually go because you're so underappreciated, right? People don't really take the time to really understand you at all. They don't really understand that you Scorpios, when you in the past used to try to manipulate somebody, or you manipulated somebody in the past, right? When you were in that lower level Scorpio energy, it's really because you're trying to do it for self-preservation. So a lot of the times they misconstrue it. They think that it's an attack on them. And so they try to seek out revenge, right? Which leaves you kind of looking at it like you wish that you wouldn't have necessarily, you wish that they would have understood you more, because then those people would have had a better understanding of how you move for them not to be able to take it so seriously. So the thing about it is that the Seven of Pentacles is about how a lot of you Scorpios realize that you're going to have to learn to start taking care of yourselves, nurturing yourselves, you know, being more kind to your own self. That's my dog. Being more kind to your own selves, because when you're not, you know, when you feel guilty, when you feel like you didn't do right by somebody because what you meant isn't necessarily how it came out, right? When you're trying to get to know somebody, and this goes for any capacity, friends, romantic relationships. Hey, sit, relax. And then you have the Hierophant. Okay, and the Hierophant now is about how the Hierophant really is about how you should really listen to yourself and listen to your own needs. You know, you spent a lot of time trying to listen to other people's needs, and that's a part of what makes you Scorpio so self-orientated in the first place, is because you're trying to relate to somebody else, right? But you're also trying to think from their perspective as well. Like, oh, how does this person feel about this? How does this person specifically feel about me? And because of that, that can really kind of have you Scorpios paranoid, because again, you really have to sometimes look out for yourselves, you know? And the thing about it is that the Page of Cups and the Three of Pentacles is, again, Page of Cups is about delusion. So this is about how you were so happy and carefree when it came to getting to know other people, that other people would unfortunately take advantage of that and try to they would disrespect you with it. But the Three of Pentacles represents, but you would unfortunately have to pull yourself together. But you wouldn't have to pull yourself together if a lot of those people did right by you in the first place, and if they just had a level of understanding. But the Hanged Man represents, it's okay, because you Scorpios are beginning to understand yourselves more. So it's not a matter of you Scorpios needing to always feel like you have to justify yourself all the time, right? To get to know somebody. And that level of self-patience, that level of patience that you are beginning to show with yourselves, you're beginning to realize why you do what it is that you do in the first place, right? You know, a Scorpio has to protect themselves, because that's what you're here to do, ultimately. You know, a Scorpio is here to protect and look out for their own self, because the water signs deal with the survival instinct, right? So what are you supposed to do when somebody, you know, when you grew up the way that you grew up, you know, and you find out that the world, even though you're a young one, the world isn't going to give you anything, and the world is going to be cold and cruel to you in the first place. And you find out that the world is sicker than what you thought. You have to protect yourself. Even when it comes to getting to know other people, you still have to protect yourself to a certain extent. Because when you're getting to know other people, I mean, you're trying to get to know someone that you don't know. You can only open yourselves up to a certain degree. But then at the same time, you're also in a particular situation where, you have to get to know if those people are actually really safe or if they're playing a role. Because you have some people who are divisive enough to try to act like they want your body and want something out of you, or want money, or they want to slide over to a friend, But then you have the Seven of Wands. And then, so the Seven of Wands and the Eight of Wands represents, this is all for a bigger picture. So now a lot of you Scorpios can stop feeling bad when, or I ain't gonna say sorry, but stop feeling bad like you're guilty of having to watch out for yourself whenever it is that you kind of stay away or stay silent, because that's another thing too that a lot of you Scorpios be brooding over sometimes. Let me know if I'm wrong about this in the comment section below. But that's one of the things that sometimes you Scorpios can kind of end up being hard on yourselves about, the idea that you know that you should be more available, but then you're not. And this is kind of what makes it harder for you to get to know somebody else. But you Scorpios have to understand that you're doing it because you really want people to like you, and unfortunately people will try to take advantage of that and be disrespectful and play you, right? So let's clarify some of these cards. Let's clarify the Eight of Wands. Let's clarify the Eight of Wands. Ten of Pentacles, Queen of Swords, Knight of Pentacles, Five of Pentacles. Right. The Ten of Pentacles, the Ten of Pentacles, you kind of need somebody that understands you in and out, that wants to get to know you, right? That's one of the best ways to know if a person cares about you, is if they actually take the time to study you, because they really want to get to know you, because like I said, they're intrigued, they like you, they want to get to know you. They care about not just your outward appearance, but they care about if that's truly a smile behind your smile that you're putting up, right? The Queen of Swords now, the Knight of Pentacles, right? The Queen of Swords, it represents how, and if a person, really cannot understand that, then, you have to stay away from them. You should stay away from them, The Knight of Pentacles and the Five of Pentacles, and yes, this is correct, yes. This does represent how you Scorpios are going to need somebody with a certain level of patience. A person needs to have a lot of patience if they're going to be with you, because you Scorpios the water signs are heavily guarded. Okay? The water signs are heavily guarded, right? So when it comes to getting to know somebody like you Scorpios, they have to have a tough skin, because you Scorpios sometimes will say certain things, or you will do certain things that unfortunately can come off as combative. But as long as it's not too combative, they will have to learn to allow you to trust them in time, And also another thing too that you Scorpios can do is allow them to show you who they are, right? Don't necessarily try to force the situation. Just allow them to show you who they are. If it works, great. If they can't handle the real you, then move forward. Okay, so that's pretty much it. Comment on the video, like the video, subscribe to the YouTube channel. Smash the subscribe button, smash the like button, hit the notification bell. Set that notification bell to all so you can be notified whenever I drop my videos.